Have you ever felt like, man, I just don't know if they're ready? I feel guilty. I should give someone a raise. I feel like they've worked here for a while. I just don't know, and I'm lost. I don't know what to do. If that's the case, or you felt any of these other stresses, or you've just flat out wanted to tell somebody, fuck no, you don't deserve a raise, you actually deserve a pay cut, this is the video for you. First, something that has worked really well for our company is having a structured path through the business. You start out here as a crew member or a new crew guy, whatever the hell you want to call it, all the way up to foreman or whatever your top position is, and you make a path. And then you make requirements, and then you allocate pays for that path, pay ranges. That's the first tool that really helps you. Because if you don't even have that in place, and that stuff that we talk about, the stuff in GrowCom all the time, and we put all those pieces out there for everyone so they can see that in the group. If you don't at least have a clear path for a person through your business, one, it doesn't show them when they come into your business like, whoa, how do I get better and how do I excel? And two, when they come into your office and you are doing a review, or they're just coming in and flat out asking for a raise, you have no fucking idea whether they deserve it unless they are a rock star. But if you have the guide that says you need to be able to do XYZ, you need to be able to do XYZ to move to these positions, now here you go, here it is. You have that. Now that's always been a mainstay in our company that's allowed us to really hold people accountable to what they're doing. We've also used it. This is a gold nugget and a whole side note for you. We've also used this as a hiring tool in all of our interviews. We hand these out. We've got them professionally made. It's a pamphlet of how you progress through the company. It's another cool tool to show people that there is opportunity in the business we operate. Now, so that's always been the mainstay. That's always been really good for us. That has been 10 times better than showing up to reviews or having people walking in with your thumb in your ass and not having anything set out in stone on how you see people in different levels in your company. But the thing that we just recently implemented, and so far we've done it 2 times, it's really exciting. The principle of like a peer review system. I don't know how much you watching this has looked into different ways businesses grade their people, but there are companies that do 360 reviews and do these peer review things. And basically what that means is all the employees in the company are voting on each employee. If I work with 10 other employees, everyone's voting on how does Jacob do in XYZ? How does Jacob do in XYZ? How does Jacob do in XYZ? And I get a grade based off of what my peers think about me, based off of how I am perceived to perform for others. I made a video about incentivizing employees and how other employees know when someone's not showing up to work because of XYZ or some bullshit, right? Well, same thing in this. Employees know who's doing the bad stuff and employees know who is doing the good stuff. You might have a really good grip on this when you've got a 2-man team, a 4-man team, a 5-man team, a 6-man team. You start getting a 10-man team, a 20-man team, a 30, and just keep going. It's so hard to have that firm grip on who is the people or person in that team that is potentially not doing what's right, potentially not making the right decisions, because it's so easy to look at an employee and think that they're a rock star and they deserve more money. But the team actually knows otherwise. The team knows all the bad things they do. The team knows how much they don't care. The team knows how much they abuse equipment and destroy stuff and say, I fucking hate this place, and all these other things. So we boiled down all of that peer review, that big 360 review. And this is going to be something that's going to grow over time. So it's still going to change in our company. But it's more the idea and the gold mine about what I'm about to give you. This right here, if you just implement this, will help you change your business. We boiled this down to one question. How ready is Jacob to promote? Now we may change that verbiage because we don't want to allude to everyone thinking that this score just means you're getting raises or you're just promoting to a new section of the business, because the fact of the matter is people, you can't always be giving raises. You can't afford to always be giving raises. How ready is Jacob to promote? Score 0, that means Jacob deserves a demotion. Score 3, midway, then Jacob's tracking fine. Score 5, Jacob's kicking ass and he deserves to move up in the company. You take the aggregate of everybody that votes. So we just did another voting here. That leaves 8 people to vote on everyone. And then you average those numbers, because you're going to have the person that hates the person. And just because somebody doesn't like me because I'm loud and I'm cocky and I'm this and I'm that, and they give me a 0, well, the other 5s are going to cancel that 0 out and make that irrelevant. Plus, I get to vote on myself, and I think I'm kick-ass, so I'm going to give myself a 5. So you're going to have that. And that's why you average all of this stuff together to get the final number. And what I think is really cool about this is now you can use your guide, which says where are they at in the company and what are they doing, and then you can use the score that the team, the people that have to get out in the field and work with these people every day, what do they think? And you can see, because what we had a crew leader that is leading crews had the lowest score. It's actually got worse. And that's really, really scary, because that means no one will respect that person. And so as much as you may think that they're awesome and they're a rock star, if no one's going to respect them, they can't lead a team, they can't help you build a team, it's not something that's going to be able to work for a company. So you use this, and it's such a clear light of, is that person ready for a raise? Because there's so many times I can't stress enough that you might not know what's really going on with employees, and this helps shed more light on that. So anytime you can get more information, so you've got light shed on stuff even sooner. Another little nugget about this that's really cool is we're going to do this monthly. Right? We're going to integrate this into our monthly badass drawing. And what's great about that is employees at any time could go check their rating and know where they stand. So they know, man, dude, I'm super low. I better start kicking ass and start looking like I want to move up, so people perceive that of me, so I can move forward in the company. Now, with all this talk, that's really the whole idea. But I presented this thought to a group I'm in. And I've heard of this before as well, and it's a really cool thing that like some big companies do. And some of the most kick-ass companies in the world, they have a very winning culture. And in their culture, and I might not have this exactly right, but basically they promote, they do their metrics on salespeople, and the top 20 they promote, and the bottom 20 they fire. And they do it every year. I'm not saying you have to be that drastic. Think of that culture that we're going to get rid of. We're going to raise the cream of the crop, and we're going to get rid of the bottom, and we're going to keep raising the cream of the crop. And look at what that's driving. Because honestly, if everybody is a kick-ass person that's on the team, and then everybody's thinking everyone's a kick-ass person on the team, it makes it more fun to come to work, because you know everybody I work with kicks ass. We get shit done, and I don't have to carry people all the time. And all these little things, the reason I told you about that story is that's like a very, very, very high level, very hard stance on like that promotion score. That's giving people a score of maybe on the 20% you get rid of, and the top you promote. Some companies go that far, so I want to open your mind to what is actually out there. So think about this tool, and think about how those two things would allow you to know exactly where an employee is, and not feel so, they asked for a raise. I don't know. I don't feel like they deserve it, but I don't truly know. It will remove all of that. So now you do know. And maybe you can just stick a number to it. It's like, hey, if you're not over 4, you're not getting a promotion at all. There's no chance. But when you're over 4, now you're available if you have moved up in position. So food for thought, a great tool, a couple great tools that will help you guide your business through one of the most challenging things you will ever have, and that is growing a team and building employees. See you soon.